Yesterday is a wrinkle on your forehead. Yesterday is a promise that you've broken. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. This is your life, and today is all you got now. And today is all you'll ever have. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. This is your life. Are you who you wanna be? This is your life. Are you who you wanna be? This is your life. Is everything you dreamed it would be when the world was younger and you had everything to lose. Yesterday is a kid in the corner. Yesterday is dead and over. And this is your life. Are you who you wanna be? This is your life. Are you who you wanna be? This is your life. Is it everything you dreamed that it would be when the world was younger and you had everything to lose? Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. This is your life. Are you who you wanna be? This is your life. Are you who you wanna be?
Well, hello, guys. It's so good to see you, Sonder fam. Oh, I'm glad you love that song, Alexandra. I am a big O Switchfoot fan. That was the first concert I took my kids to when they got to a certain age. And so Switchfoot is just love them. And so I thought this was a great song for empowerment. Welcome, Sonder fam. I'm Jennifer Ogilvy, and I'm joining you from the very warm Dallas area. The sun is setting behind me, and I'm actually a little red because it's kind of warm in my house tonight. Summer's here. It's time for us Texans to start complaining. That's what we do. But you have found the coloring social, and I am just so jazzed about this month's mandala. It is one of the funnest things I think that we can color. Joining us is another facilitator who will be manning our chat. That's Malika, and she is way over. Hey, Malika, she's giving you a wave, everyone. She is over in California And so little homage with the Switchfoot and the California girl there. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions during the evening and anything Silk and Sonder related, Malika is your gal, and she can either answer your question or point you in the right direction. So you guys are already entered into the monthly self-care raffle just by being here. Anytime you come to a social, you get entered into that. So good luck. Um, as you know, our chat is a big part of our social time. However, I want to encourage you to just sit back if you need to so that you can focus on your coloring page. It's kind of hard to keep up with being mindful and having that meditation time and the chat. So this social is just a little bit different where the chat, of course, use that. If you have anything, we'll be popping in, asking questions and stuff. But please feel free to focus on your coloring practice this evening. So let's get going. We're little over halfway through May, which is very hard to believe. And we have been digging into the theme of empowerment. And I personally have really liked exploring where empowerment is found in my life and kind of claiming that and realizing that sometimes when I may not feel empowered, I really am because I have a lot of things in my life that I can draw from. So, Sonja just said favorite color is purple, and there's you some purple flowers. So perfect. So, if you've been here before, we're going to start with an empowerment activity. We always have a social, a little activity in our socials based around the monthly theme. We'll color and we'll have a little time to share before we close up. And I'll share my playlist at the end. If you want to snap a picture, if you hear some music that you like, you might notice a theme running through our song selection tonight because of the mandala. So, our empowerment activity is to find a space in your journal and write the word empowered vertically. And then for each letter, write something horizontally that you can do or you have done that makes you feel your inner power. Now, I know we have lots of repeaters at our coloring social. So if you've already done this activity, hey, I see some hands raised. Um, Two things. You can go ahead and just dig into your coloring. No one's checking to see if any of you guys are doing this or not. But you could also take this activity and take maybe one of those phrases that you came up with for empowerment and write to that. What is it about? Maybe I could write about, when was a time I was curious and not judgmental? And how did that lead to empowerment? So I'll go ahead and get going with our music. And again, if you've already done this and you're ready to dig in, go ahead and turn to that coloring page, which is on 18, and you can color. I'll come back and check in just a second. I want to talk a little bit about mandalas. All right. So we kind of got a little bit of a calming time to just start our practice this evening. And so I hope that you found that music a nice little piece to color to, or that you were able to maybe dig into your empowerment word through that. So, you guys, I've been sitting on this slide for forever since I started doing coloring socials. I've started to color to manage my stress and anxiety, and I was so excited when we had an actual mandala in our journal this month. Does anybody else kind of feel like they can relate to the slide? Right? Uh, it helps me with my anxiety. I just think that was just such a great mandala. So our coloring page this month is just gorgeous. Mandala is a Sanskrit word and it actually means circle, and they generally have that one identifiable center point to them, and then everything else emanates outward. And so the psychologist Carl Jung is actually credited with bringing mandalas into the Western mindset. He sort of introduced this concept to Westerners through his research on looking at the mind and the unconscious things that happen through the creative process. And so I love that for the month of empowerment, we are coloring this Sanskrit circle, right? This empowering figure, never ending. The mandala can represent the connection from within our souls into the outer world. So it's a very, very empowering symbol that we get to work on this month. So here are some examples that are already done. I had shared a few of these and then added after our first coloring social this month, just to give you an idea of how different they can all look. This is about your practice and making these your own. Now, I do have a couple of techniques to offer up if you've been to a coloring social with me before. These two at the top of the right of the screen, and actually the one at the bottom, is a technique you can use if maybe your motor skills, you might get real achy hands if you do fine work. um, this one is just every petal on the mandala is colored with a single pencil. It's just pressed a little harder in for each color, so you didn't have to go into all those intricate details. And then this is one of my favorite techniques, is just to draw shapes over this existing shape. And I just did cross hatches and just color those cross hatches in one color. And then you can go back over and press a little bit harder. It's just a nice way to give those coloring pages some extra character without having to get too intricate if it bothers your hands in any way. The one on the bottom right is actually from one of our fellow Sonder Club members, and this was done in one color, the whole thing. And I just love the way it pops. And then I love that this person found such a beautiful thing to write on top of it. So just a little inspiration for your pages. So I'm going to leave the coloring page up for a little bit. We'll listen to some lovely music and I'll check back in. Remember, this is your time, your practice. There's no right or wrong in what you do. It is about taking this time to rest your mind as you dive into your personal practice. Welcome back. I want you guys to take a minute and kind of notice things about your body now that you've been sitting quietly. Hopefully, you are taking some deep breaths and you are feeling calmer. You've left some of the hubbub of the day behind. Coloring is such a good practice to help your mind settle in. When you participate in these meditation type activities, your blood pressure literally lowers. You improve your ability to manage your stress better. And then you also become more resilient as you try to problem solve. And it gives you time to feel more in tune to your day to day stuff. So, um, I'm just so glad that we've gathered here together this evening. The mandala coloring is really cool because it can be combined with journaling for your self care practice. We know how important it is to write down our feelings. It's just a very worthwhile exercise, but sometimes there are days when maybe we just don't have the words, right? It's just been a bad day, and it's really hard to find the words to put on paper to challenging times. So, as an alternative to writing, doing a coloring practice on something like the circular shape of the mandala can be very therapeutic as you calm yourself and recenter. So, kind of keep that in mind. If you've enjoyed this month, especially, there are lots of different resources that are out there, of books full of mandalas that you could keep on hand. So, I'm going to go back to some music and leave you to continue your mindfulness practice. right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you would like to just pop on your camera and you can see your fellow Sonder colorers who are joining us tonight, our gathering. Oh, you guys, people are making progress. Katie, you're almost done. Angela, love the blues. You guys see how gorgeous these are? Um, I am going to challenge you to look. Whoops, I didn't even turn my video on. I I I did mine. I'm going to challenge you guys to look for mandalas in your home, your clothing. Look at, notice the flowers, pine cones. They're very symbolic to that circle of life, and we can find ourselves in the center. You guys, they're looking fabulous, fabulous. I hope that you have enjoyed. Oh my goodness, look at, yes, I see very vibrant colors, and then some softer pastels, greens. Oh my goodness. These are going to be so much fun. I'd love to see them when you're all ready, when you're finished, posted in Sonder Club. I'd also love to know if anybody's going to do anything with the negative space that is around our mandala, or if you have found a beautiful quote that represents empowerment to you that you could letter across. I'll be looking for all of those in Sonder Club. Some, it is okay. You do. Cameras are optional. She said she's too shy, but we love you anyway. I get the cameras kind of, I have my days too where I stay hidden. So there is no pressure to come on. I'm glad that you guys did. Oh, I see a mandala coloring book. You said that you had that. Keep that with your journal. It's if for the days you don't feel like writing, lean into your coloring practice. You guys, thank you so much for sharing. And let's see, let's get the rest of our evening finished up. It goes by so quickly. So again, I mentioned, please feel free to share your finished mandalas in the Sonder Club and maybe talk a little bit about what your coloring practice means to you. I really want you to encourage others to find how meaningful this can be for our journey. So I'm really, really excited to see what goes into the Sonder Club when you're all finished. Here are three very important QR codes. The survey code is right there at the top middle. And I know if you come to a lot of socials, you may not, you may be like, well, I fill out a survey a lot. We love getting feedback, and we want, even if you have just one little idea, share that in your feedback, because Silk and Sonder is so community driven, and you guys have the best ideas, and so we want those surveys filled out so that things can be bubbled up to headquarters and they can make things happen. If you're not already a part of Sonder Club, you can scan in the QR code on the left bottom, and we have a QR code now for the YouTube social recordings. And just remember that that takes about 2 business days to render. They have to kind of make sure the music's all copyright, the right way, and they will also, just to let you know, this chat won't show up in those social recordings, but we're so excited that we have that option now. And then, as promised, there are all my circle round and round and round songs that I pulled together tonight in honor of our mandala. I hope that you guys have a strong rest of the month. I think we have one more coloring social, so if you don't finish up until then, join me then, and we'll listen to some cool music and do our mindful meditation together. Until I see you next time, Sonder fam, make it a good one and be empowered.
Find the wheel, and it goes round, round, round as it spins along with a happy sound as it goes. along the ground, till it leads you to the ones you love. And your love will hold you round, and your heart's a song with a brand new sound, and your head goes spinning round, 'cause you found what you've been dreaming of. Oh, in the night, you see the lights, the moon going round and round in tune, and the fall of snow in the day makes them all wanna say, find a song and sing it round, and we'll tie you so strong that your hearts are bound. Hold them near, the ones you found, for you know that this is really love. Find a wheel, and it goes round as it spins along with a happy sound as it goes along this ground, till it leads you to the ones you love, and your love will hold you round, and your heart's a song with a brand new sound, and your head goes spinning round, 'cause you found what you've been dreaming of. In the night, you see the lights of the moon going round and round in tune, and the fall of snow in the day makes them all wanna say, find a song and sing it round, and we'll tie you so strong that your hearts are bound. Hold them near, the ones you found, for you know that this is really love. Find a song, for you know that this is really love. Yeah, you know that this is really love.